Good morning. It's so nice to be here today. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for the next 3 days, for the last 3 days of March actually. So let's see what the cards say. So before I start, I want to send out a big extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons for March, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your Tasmania, Australia. I'm right in the middle, slightly to the north of Tasmania, and today, right now, actually, it's Friday the 29th of March, and the time is 9:18 a.m. So, my connection went a bit funny, so hopefully I'm back. Good morning, Pamela and Anita and Joseph. Welcome, and welcome everybody. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These are decks I created and illustrated, and I've made them the same size so they can fit in together. So I've got 110 cards in my combined deck here. And this is the deck, this is the only deck I use for guidance. So guidance in videos like this, when I'm doing readings for people, when I'm doing readings for myself, I'll go to these cards for guidance. I've got another deck, actually I've got them right here because I'm about to host a healing event, and I've got another 2 decks available, my healing energy cards. That's deck 1, and my newest deck that came out last year is healing energy cards 2, and I did the same thing, made them the same size so they can fit in neatly together. So these are my 110 cards for healing. So when I'm doing healing and support, I will go to these cards. These are the cards I probably use mostly more personally for myself when I'm working through my own things. When I'm looking for guidance, like direction, like what should I do next, I might go to this deck. When I'm looking for why do I feel this way, or what is shifting for me, or why do I feel this fear, or I'm in a low place, I'll go to the healing energy cards. So they're my go-to cards for that sort of thing. So I find them more personal. So that's that. So I'm going to pull a card for each day for the next 3 days, and then a card for the theme for these last 3 days of March. So I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. Please take on board what feels right, let the rest go, and allow this to be a guide for you, a guide only. You decide what you want to apply, or if there is anything that you want to apply in your life. So thank you, and good morning. Hi Lisa and Cindy. Excellent. Lisa's from South Africa, and she's finally caught alive. Welcome, and that's fantastic. All right, let's get started. I'm looking for the best card now for Friday the 29th of March. So if it's not quite Friday for you, just think of this as guidance in advance. So the best card that the majority of us need for Friday, jeepers, I'm shuffling these cards and all I'm seeing, oh, except for that one, is Speed of Light Oracle. They are half and half, weirdly enough, but the best card for Friday the 29th of March 2024 for the majority of us is this. And it's it's an Animal Kingdom. An Animal Kingdom Oracle card. And we have the Lamb. This is great for Easter, isn't it? Spring is in the air. I guess it's good for the Northern Hemisphere because winter is in the air for us, but spring is in the air on Friday. This is card 36 called the Lamb, and it says embrace your youthful side. So the Lamb is reminding us to lighten up, be playful, spend some time with children, spend some time doing something creative, something fun, something playful, something uplifting, as a way perhaps to lift our spirits, and especially lift our spirits if we've been quite stressed out and there's been a lot that we've got going on at this time in our life. Then Friday might be a great time to sort of put our paperwork away, put our work away, and enjoy some playful time. So that feels simple, and it feels something that probably a lot of us are needing. So if we've still got work to do, if there's still some serious things we need to sort out, then maybe we can find an hour or something, maybe a bit more during our day on Friday to just have a bit of fun, connect with people, connect with things that are uplifting. This is like a carefree sort of card, something playful, something spring-like. So that's easy. That's Friday's card. Let's look for the best card now for Saturday, the 30th of March. So the best card for Saturday the 30th is... Okay, we'll go with this one. It's a Speed of Light. And it's this. Well, here's another fun one. This is another childlike card. It's card 18, called New Pathways, and it says options, children, birth, choice, life's path. So there is an uplifting, playful energy to this card as well, and it does highlight the energy of children or something playful, something fun around. Animals, it doesn't have to be children, but there's a light-hearted feeling to this card as well. This card is also showing that there are pathways, there are options available to us at this time, or especially on Saturday, for us to consider. So it might be a new path to take, or there might be some options that we're sort of sitting on or feeling on or thinking about which option might be best. And whether we decide on what the best option is or not yet is unknown. I don't feel that there's a clarity particularly that's coming, but having options, there is a sense of, some people don't like choice, but actually there is something really powerful about choice. And I think perhaps the more confident we become within ourselves and the more confident we are in the choices that we do make, then we can trust them more. So maybe in general, some people are scared of choice or avoid choice, even the most mundane of choices. Maybe because there's a lack of self-confidence and a lack of self-trust in our ability to choose what is the best choice for us at the time. So maybe that's where that comes from. So if we can feel or find some confidence confidence at the smorgasbord of choices that we might have. It might be 2, it might be 10, but there is something powerful in that. To me, I find choice actually really quite exciting, because then I can take my time, if I've got that time, I can take my time if it's present to really feel on and really think about the best and the strongest choice. And sometimes if it's 10 choices, they might come down to say 5 choices, and then I think about it a bit longer and it comes down to 2 choices. And this might be over the time span of a week, or it could be a couple of months if it's something that I'm really sort of thinking on. And then I'm down to 2, the 2 strongest choices. There's something really empowering about that. So my suggestion is if you're afraid of choice, or you resist choice, or you hate choice, and you probably find that there are choices everywhere because you feel that way. Even just choosing what to have for dinner. I mean, sometimes it's very difficult to be with someone that can't even choose from, a menu of 20 what to actually have to eat, because it's just such a hard choice. So see perhaps how confident and how trusting you are in the choices that you make, and what can you do perhaps, especially around Saturday, to find a renewed or a new sense of confidence and trust in the choices that you make in your life. So we have options. That is very empowering if it's not scary for us. So that's for Saturday, which is interesting. Okay, let's look for the best card now for Sunday, the 31st of March, the last day of the 3rd month. So the best card for the majority of us for Sunday, the 31st of March, 2024, is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card, and we have the lizard. It's a featured card. It has further instructions here which say to take the third card from the top of the deck. So I'll go down to card 3, which is another speed of light and another featured card. It's the Turtle Dreaming. He has further instructions here too, which say to take the bottom card from the deck. And we have our friend, the wolf again. The wolf. So let's look at these 3 cards. So part of what's unique about the cards that I've made here, the oracle cards, is that there are a number of featured cards which prompt you to pull another card. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you get another featured card, then you might get another and another. There are only 11 in this particular deck, the Speed of Light. So all of these cards came up together for a reason. So we're going to look at them separately first, and then we'll look at their relationship together. So we have, to begin with, for Sunday, the Lizard, card 3. And it says optimism, appearances, delusion, and illusion. Things may not be as they appear. Things may not be as they seem. There is more going on under the surface, under what appears on the top or appears on the surface. Looking deeper under the surface is what this card is about. So if we're looking at, for example, purchasing a vehicle, then we might want to look under the bonnet, closer at the details, underneath the surface. If we're preparing to sign a contract, we will definitely want to read the fine print to see what is going on here underneath the surface. Now, this card is not saying not to proceed, and in fact it will be a choice that we have once we see what this more information is. So there's something deeper that's calling, deeper than what we see, what is on at appearance level with this particular card. There might be something that we need to let go of, especially if there is something that is untoward or not true that's under the surface that we discover, then we might need to let that go. So there is a potential stripping away sort of feeling here, but ultimately it's about asking more questions, looking at the fine print. You know, if we have, if someone tells us something and we just have this feeling that they're not telling us everything, then we may want to ask more questions, that kind of thing. So let's look under the surface. There's something else that's playing out a bit deeper than what we might think is what this card's about. And it comes up with the Turtle Dreaming card, 45. I love this card. It's so direct. It says serious, clarification, concentrate, and specific. And in basic terms, this card, I mean, this turtle, he's got attitude, and he wants us to get serious now, to stop talking about it and start doing whatever it is that we've been talking about. You know, we can talk and talk and talk about the changes that we want to make or we should make till the cows come home. But if we're not following those words up with action, then, you know, we're just going to keep talking about it and nothing's going to change. This card is to, like, you know, the saying, put your money where your mouth is. So let's notice what we've been saying, and we might have been saying it for a while. It could be something we're complaining about. Once we catch ourselves, oh gosh, I've been complaining about this for a lot. Okay, what can I do to change this? That's what I was doing when I was renting after I left my previous relationship. And I was renting. I was complaining about the landlord. I was complaining about house inspections. And then I caught myself one day, I'm like, why am I complaining about this? I'm not even doing anything about it. I'm not even putting any money towards saving for my own house or anything. So I'm just in complaining mode. This is silly. So from that moment on, I decided I'm going to start saving a deposit for a house. And it took me years, but I managed it. And now we actually literally have no mortgage because of that, catching myself complaining. And it was purely that, because I remember the moment when I complained and then I caught myself and it was like, right, I need to change my life. I need to stop complaining about this and start doing something about it. So what have you been complaining about, and what have you been lacking action in, changing in your life? This card is about getting serious now to stop talking about it and start doing something about it. And we've got our friend who keeps coming up fairly regularly, perhaps every second reading, is the Wolf, card 44. And it says instincts, moon, cycles, flow, and trust. In fact, this came up in the last one, I think, or the one before. Gosh, I don't know. The days are blurring together. And I talked a lot about cycles and the cycles of things. This card coming up today, so it's highlighting, I know we're in the middle of an eclipse time period as well, so there is an intensity that's around at this time. The moon tends to bring an intensity, so when the moon is full, there's quite the intense energy around that we might notice if we're sensitive to it. And when there's an eclipse kind of period or season, because we're in between a couple of eclipses now, then that also brings an intensity. So there is an intense energy around, and some things are, quite, what would the best word be? Like severe, quite intense, quite amplified at the moment. And it feels like things under the spotlight. So I'm feeling like the moon, almost like it's a spotlight down at the moment, really spotlighting on something. Perhaps something in our life that's not working, something in our life that's out of balance. Can seem like, like as big as a sore thumb sort of thing, throbbing, and it feels, our sore thumb that we've just hit with a hammer feels bigger than what it is because it's just throbbing. But when we look at it, it's not even that swollen. So there's something probably standing out like a sore thumb, something standing out under the spotlight of the universe, the spotlight of the sun, the spotlight of the moon. Now, when we look at these three cards together, we're being encouraged to look deeper under the surface of things, get serious about the things that are standing out, the things that are under the spotlight, the things that aren't working right now. We might want to look a bit deeper at and get serious about whatever the issue is that we have around this. So what's out of balance? What are you struggling with? And how can you go under the surface of it, get under the skin of this? What is the cause? Why do you feel this way? Is it really this person that you're angry at? Or are you angry at yourself? This kind of thing, asking ourselves the questions that can give us more information, because more information is valuable, very, very valuable. So if we can find out more information about the way we're feeling or the way things are not working for us, then that has to be valuable information that we can then act upon and stop just talking about it. Act upon the information, look for a solution, that kind of thing. So there are our cards for Sunday. So, skipping along, eating chocolates and Easter eggs, spending time with family and doing whatever on Friday and Saturday, then wham, she hits on Sunday. So we might find a bit of that, but that's okay, because if we can deal with the things that are playing out that we're struggling with, then the sooner we can deal with those things, the better, in my opinion. So thank you so much. I'll pull a theme card in a minute. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment. Please share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, then please send us a message through our website. So if you'd like to learn more about my cards, my oracle cards here, or my healing energy cards that I shared before, then please visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you'd like to have a look further at these necklaces, these porcelain, very strong, sacred necklaces, they're amazing to wear. I've got 2 of them on my website, and my porcelain earrings, I've got a couple of sets of those on my ceramics website, leannepeters.com. We've got a couple of events coming up in April, including my next 12-hour healing event on the 8th of April. It's an eclipse. It's a new moon solar eclipse, and we're going to be diving into creativity, shadow. And that means we're going to be diving in and trying to access and clear away so we can access every potential within us. and I'll be focusing on that deeply for 12 hours straight. So if you'd like to join me and really go deeply with that type of healing, then I suggest you have a look on my website. So visit templeofbalance.com.au if you want to learn more about those things or the work that I do here in general at Temple of Balance. So thank you so much. So let's look for the best theme card. It's hard to say what the theme is really, because we've got a bit of light-hearted energy coming through, maybe a bit of a break in the seriousness and the stress and the drama of our life right now, and then things seem to get back to seriousness not long after. So let's enjoy the carefree moments when we feel them. So the best card for the theme for the majority of us for the 29th, the 30th and the 31st of March 2024 is this. It's another Speed of Light Oracle, and it is this filters. Okay, this is a filters card, card 26, and it says beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity, and awareness. So there's a little bit to unpack with this particular card. This is in general about the rose-coloured glasses that we wear. Sometimes the rose-coloured glasses, if we're in love, then we've got heart-shaped rose-coloured glasses, and everything we see, everyone we see looks amazing. We are just seeing the world filtered through love when we're in love. When we are pained, we wear what I call distorting glasses. And we wear glasses on that distort, and everyone we see is filtered through our pain. If we have a belief about the opposite sex because of hurt in relationships in the past, and maybe we've had a few of them, then we're going to be looking at the opposite sex with those distorting, wounded glasses, and we're going to see them all painted under that one brush based on our beliefs from our experiences. And we see the world through these filtered glasses. This is part of the reason why I personally think it's so valuable to look at ourselves and to clear away our crap, our wounds, our beliefs that are limiting, our issues, our insecurities. The more self-healing that we can do, the less we're going to be wearing distorted glasses. And we'll start seeing things and people and situations for how they really are, not how we think they are based on our filters and our perceptions that are warped based on our wounds. So that's a big part of this card. Now, it's confronting to realise perhaps our whole life that we've been wearing these kind of masks or distorting glasses that have had us see someone or people or situations through these distorting glasses. So when we finally take them off and we see, oh no, I've been living a lie, it's a big slap, fish slap to the face. It's a big truth slap that is quite jarring and very confronting. So it's easy. It's easier to keep our glasses on. It's easier to keep layers and layers of wounded, distorting glasses on and just keep blaming others and blaming the world for our own flaws, really. That's easy. What is tough and difficult, not impossible, especially at the beginning, is realizing that we're wearing such things that we're not perceiving people or situations or even ourselves for how these things truly are. If we are committed to living our truth, then we're going to want to, no matter how easy it is to keep these things on and be in our own miserable sort of world, wounded world, once we decide that we want to live in alignment with our truth, and we want to be the best person that we can be, then we have no room for such things, for wearing such things and filtering our life through such wounded eyes. So the journey of self-healing is challenging, but it is extremely rewarding because we strip back these parts of ourselves and we really get to see ourselves for who we are. When we see ourselves for who we are, We're going to see other people for who they really are, and not through our distorting view of things because of our wounds and issues. So I really recommend, if you haven't dived into this at all or much, that you really consider ways of improving yourself so that you can do things like take these distorting glasses off, remove the masks, and live a life that's less wounded, because you're resolving those wounds and you're finding solutions and ways to accept, or ways to move through, ways to improve things about yourself and your life. And it's an extremely empowering way of living, I find. I've been doing this proactively for 24 years now, since the year 2000, and I would not go back for anything to that insecure, unconfident, wounded self that I was back 24 years ago. So this card is confronting, and especially if we've been avoiding the truth. The truth might be that we are the problem, for example. Ouch, that is hard to admit to ourselves, but it is so empowering and so freeing, and we will move forward leaps and bounds when we realize truths like this. So are you ready to see the truth? Are you ready to unveil the truth? Are you ready to see yourself and life for how it is, not through your perceptions and wounds and distortions? So this card brings with it the clearing of filters, which in other words, I liken that to the removal of these distorting glasses so that we can see the truth of things. There is a sense of awareness that's coming through with this card as well. So even if we're not quite ready to take or confront these parts of ourselves, we could tune up or become more aware of what we're saying, what we're thinking, what we're doing. That will give us a lot of information about the type of person that we are, because a lot of things that we say and think and do tend to be quite unconscious. So if we start paying attention to what we're thinking, what we're saying, what we're doing, then we are going to see a lot. And this may go back to that lizard card and the turtle card and the wolf card that came up for Sunday. If we can become more aware, listen to what we're saying and thinking and doing, and see, oh my goodness, I'm part of this problem. Ugh. And then taking responsibility for that, looking deeper, asking ourselves deeper questions, getting serious then about improving ourselves, and then dropping into that energy of the wolf, which is, well, it feels supportive. Even though things are under the spotlight on Sunday with this wolf energy, it feels also very supportive, like the wolf is a supportive energy. That actually, the more we can do this, the more we can step up and support ourselves, take responsibility for our past, responsibility for our choices, responsibility for the way we view the world and the people around in it. So, a great opportunity to cancel some of those beliefs, to drop the game, remove the mask, become more aware. So, if we ignore all this, then it's just going to still be the same. But I feel like this theme is very much pointing around Sunday's message, and that, let's enjoy the lightheartedness of this weekend and these next couple of days when we have those, but let's not neglect what needs to be done so that we can keep improving ourselves, and we're not trying to better ourselves in comparison to others. But I find I better myself. My intention for personal improvement is to become a better version of myself than I was, say, yesterday or last year or 10 years ago. So I'm on a quest for truth and a quest for personal improvement, and balance. And this is all extremely high on my priorities list. So that's that. Take it or leave it, see how it feels, and hopefully there's something there that supports and inspires you. I'm basically, what time is it? I'm in 15 minutes I'll be over on YouTube, Temple of Balance on YouTube, doing a live healing event for some of my patrons. So I'll be using my healing energy cards, and I'll be connecting with the people on my list. It's too late to be added to the list now. But if you do feel like you want to drop deeper into that element of healing, I will be doing a lot of healing for like an hour, a good hour. over there in 15 minutes. So please come over if you're interested. Just Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I might see you there. If not, have a fantastic weekend. Happy Easter. Happy family time. Happy light-hearted whatever you're doing. And I'll see you again when I see you next. Take care and goodbye for now.